Hi, I'm Reynald Adrian M. Academia from BS Marine Engineering 2A. Basic Safety Familiarization. The new crew members joining the ship must be aware of their obligations regarding the use of equipment, security, and safety on board. The main purpose of the familiarization is to introduce new personnel to important safety procedures on board, emergencies, and proper use of ship technology. The master shall appoint a qualified person responsible for training the new crew members of the crew. The main aim of the familiarization training is therefore to make the new crew aware of important safety procedures that are to be carried out on ships while working or during an emergency. The officer in charge of the training will train the new crew with regards to the master list, guidelines on how to tackle all kinds of emergencies on board a specific ship, documents and publications of ships including SOLAS and MARPO, ship's fire control plan, the use of the different types of firefighting and life-saving appliances that are available on board, and their specific duties. In addition, the officer should also ensure the new crew members know the following: location of escape routes and different types of alarms on board the ship, duties in the master list during emergencies, location of life jackets and immersion suits, location of his or her cabin along with the location of the nearest escape route and procedure to operate the extinguishers, operation of fire and watertight doors fitted on ships, and instruction on ship's drill and procedures to raise an alarm in case of an accident or emergency. Ship-specific familiarization. This training gives seafarers the opportunity to learn about other parts and processes about the ship, such as radio communications and wireless operators, bridge simulator and harmonic teamwork on the bridge, electronic chart display and information system (ECDIS), cargo management. This training should be completed as soon as possible after the boarding the ship and before assigning tasks. Radio communications and wireless operators mandatory requirements are set out in the wireless regulations and the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea. All directives have been adopted by the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System (GMDSS) related to the A3 and A4 marine areas as adopted by Resolution A. The relevant minimum requirements regulations are 4-1 and 4-2 of the Stcw Convention. The first regulation mentioned concerns the basic application of radio communication and stipulates that all deck officers must be able to perform the duties of radio operators they serve on ships operating under the GMDSS system. As defined by the SOLAS 1974 Convention, seafarers serving on ships that do not comply with the GMDSS requirements, Chapter 4 of SOLAS, and perform the duties of a radio operator may comply with Stcw regulation but must also comply with the wireless regulations. Also, the flag to certify that their certificates of suitability are issued in accordance with the relevant wireless regulations. Finally, he must be fluent in English and fluent both orally and in writing, in communicating and exchanging maritime safety information. The training is done in the simulators and laboratories with wireless equipment. The aim is for communication between officers to be effective and in accordance with international regulations and procedures, ensuring that they handle all messages regarding the safety of the ship and its occupants, as well as the protection of the marine environment. Operational techniques including beacon indications, emergency response, receiving and sending nav text messages, use of wireless rescue devices, and of course, radio frequency and frequency adjustment. Electronic Chart Display and Information System (ECDIS). This is a modern computer-based navigation system that complies with IMO regulations and modernizes and facilitates traditional chart navigation. The exact definition provided by the IMO is Electronic Chart Display and Information System means an information system which, with adequate auxiliary settings, can be considered to comply with the updated maps required by Regulation 5-19 and 5-27 of the Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS 1970. 27 of the Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS 1974, displaying selected information and from navigation sensors to assist the officer in planning and monitoring the course, as well as displaying additional information related to navigation, if required. In other words, it is an automated system which helps in making decisions for the determination and the position of the ship as well as for the routing, since it has the ability to be constantly updated and to give information about the land, the map objects, the invisible dangers. This system includes electronic maps and draws location information from the global positioning system and other navigation sensors such as radar, echo sounder, and automatic identification system. Cargo management. This is a comprehensive advanced training aimed at officers with direct responsibilities and responsibilities for loading, discharging, and storing and transporting cargo on ships carrying their oil, chemicals, and liquefied petroleum products. The seminar also includes interactive training in simulators, and the material taught is in accordance with the requirements and guidelines of international conventions. The simulators create a working environment which includes a load, control action, and loading and discharging models to train future officers in all related tasks. At the same time, they are invited to participate in such loading and discharging operations of cargo and ballast, calculating all parameters such as stability, longitudinal force, and ship weight. Security familiarization. Security awareness training is known in Brazil as the CFPM. The training can correspond to 2 IMO model courses depending on whether the seafarer is designated security duties or not. These are security awareness training for seafarers with designated security duties, IMO model course 3.26. Security awareness training for all seafarers, IMO model course 3.27. Prior being assigned shipboard duties, all seafarers employed or engaged in any capacity on ships to which the ISPS code applies should receive security-related familiarization training. The familiarization training is performed by the ship security officer or an equally qualified person and provides guidance for the seafarer.